Okay. Sorry again about being pretty late on this. Not cool, not acceptable. And really, I don't like hearing excuses, but man, I'm just going to be honest with you, dude. It's been a crazy, I don't know, life's just kind of crazy right now. So, again, I'm sorry about being a little bit late on this, but I really appreciate you understanding. I promise this is not a habit. All right, this will not become a habit, and we'll get it right. So, I wanted to start off with just a kind of recap and kind of see where we're at. You know, I really like just a few things I like from, our previous lessons here. And again, I appreciate you coming back to me. Head behind the ball. Awesome. Let me use a different color here. Spine tilt. Awesome. Shoulders. Great. You are behind the ball. All right. Ball position. Perfect. Knees apart. Perfect. Lot of good stuff going on here, man. You should feel really good about that. If I'm being picky, I want your head just this direction, just a little bit more. Your head's kind of going with your body and spine tilt going this direction. Get that nose just a little bit more center. Like I said, that's being picky, but let's get your head just pointing more here. All right. Again, not a huge deal. That's kind of personal preference, but it's my personal preference. So that's why I figured I'd share that with you. So I wanted to just go over your swing real quick here, and then we'll go into some technical things. I want to break it down in kind of a slow-mo fashion. So I'm sure you've been working on some things, and you've read some things, and you do some things as well. Takeaway, much better, but I want you to look at this initial move here. The upper body has not turned at all until about here. About here is when it starts getting in, well, right there. That shoulder starts moving. Up until then, it stays very still. And your wrists are making that first move back. Now, I know we covered this before, and you've done really well with it. It's time to finish it. Put this in the history books. Get your upper body engaged, these muscles in your pecs from the beginning. I'm going to watch Tiger here. All right, let me erase everything. I want you to watch his wrists here. He bumps them forward a little bit. That's his trigger. But notice, watch his left shoulder. From the get-go, you can see movement. He's using these muscles all throughout his upper body to get that club started. Get it going back. Again, I'm going to go back to you now. Now you have that image fresh in your mind. Watch how still that upper body is. At least this on the, up until, you not do a circle, up until this point. Limited to no upper body movement. It's all that wrist breakdown right there. All right. Sorry to kind of focus in on this, but again, I just want to turn the page on this in your golf game. No pro has this first initial move. All right, and that's why I guess I'm kind of hammering you here. No pro does that. All right, and like I said, I'm not trying to be demeaning. I want you to get better. And again, I appreciate you contacting me this morning. I should have done that initially. Again, I'm sorry, but I'm turning the page on that as well. All right, so let's get into the meat and bones. Now we're past that. This looks good. We're loading, we're loading. This is where I want you to focus on now, however. You're shifting, like we talked about. Going into the ball. Nice balanced finish. All right, now you do great up until about here. All right, and really, that's as far as you need to go. All right, that is as far as that club needs to go, and you do that. It's this initial, see this lean you got going on right here? You're working on shifting, but your upper body's going, not the lower body. All right, I'm gonna go up here to Tiger. See how his core here is staying very still? And what I mean by that is, if I was to draw a box, oops, that line's a little bad. Let me start up top. If I was to draw a box here, he loads the right side, stays in the box throughout the swing, up until release. Now I'm going to back it up. Another bad line, sorry. Let me start from up top. Close enough. You also load the right side, but you come out of that box a little early. Keep the upper body, use a different color here, tilted behind here up top. Tilted behind you at the top of your swing. I'm exaggerating this green line, but it's to prove a point. Loading, stays within his core, tilted behind, balanced finish. Loading, stay within the core here. This looks good. If it stopped right here and then you started the downswing this direction, oops, let me do an arrow. This direction, coming down, and then moved forward. Perfect. Losing just a little power with this move right here. So again, let's stop here at the top. He's going to start moving his upper body this way. Not exactly this way, it's just staying back while his lower body continues to fire forward. Too many circles here going on. Watch this hip here. This is what we talked about last time, shift. See how his left hip is leading? Whereas right now, your upper body is leaning. Leading, L-E-A-D with a D. Leading, not leaning. Leading the downswing. Now, like I said, it sounds like I'm being really picky, but we've got to lead with your hip, not the upper shoulder. And one final thing I want to leave you with. Let's hit up on this ball. Now I know Tiger has an iron here. He's hitting down. See how it's kind of coming in negative right there? Then it starts to come up a little bit. If you were behind it a little bit more at impact, you'd be hitting up more on the ball. Less spin on the ball is going to go farther. All right. Right now it's a little bit negative or right at even. I always tell all of my students, you got to hit up on it with the driver. And that comes naturally after we correct these minor things here. As always, feel free to message me. All right. I have students that just send me a message while they're at the range. Hey, Nick, how's this look? And I'll tell you, hey, right on, or needs work. Or do this, do that. All right, follow up with me. No charge. Thank you for being patient again. Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Looking forward to working with you more in the future.